Let's share the show, please. Welcome to today's edition. I don't know, my computer is so sensitive. Welcome to today's edition. Cyrus will be joining us here from Minnesota. Cyrus from Liberia will be joining us. Yeah, let us know where you're following us from. Today we'll recognize you. It's good to be back. Happy weekend. The weekend is almost over, or happy new week, as some people would term it. But let's share the show, please. As you come on, let us know what's going on. As you can see, the topic on there. How do we move forward? Because whether you like it or not, we will move forward at some point. Cyrus will be joining us. Yes, Cyrus, we'll be awaiting you here. Um, Folks, what we can say in Liberia, not easy. It's not easy. Let me speak the real Liberian English. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. Today we'll be going to uh, the southeast. We'll be talking to our global people. We'll be we'll be listening to our gospel global music. Let us know where you're watching us from. You're not that one. Let us know where you're watching us from. Sylvester, thank you. Yeah, you watching us from what? Middletown, Delaware. Thank you, Sylvester. Now you cooking, Sylvester. You see that the people in there who when they come on the show, we can know there's something serious going on. Your chair, yeah, one different level there. Y'all let us know where we're coming from. Please, you will not die. It's a word and laughing. Not easy. It's not easy. People endorsing, people not endorsing, people getting. We'll talk about it briefly. We'll talk about people endorsing, people not endorsing, people getting vested, people endorse. My people, y'all come on now. Y'all come on now. Y'all come on. Y'all come on. You're doing a thing. You're doing too much. Who does so? Who does so? Some of you are doing too much. Y'all leave your friend. Your friend get ready to endorse, and other people get ready. Y'all leave, and we will talk about it. But y'all leave your friend and will beg you. But anyway, while we're getting started, before we recognize you, let's play our gospel music. Today, we not play. If you can't have a love of music, you laugh. We're not playing no love. You're in love yesterday. You keep your love in it. Today, Victoria Graham, thank you so much. You are watching. If you're not telling where you're watching us from, we're not recognizing you. That means you're not stakeholder. You're not ready yet. Yeah, you're not ready. Victoria, thank you. You're watching us from Silver Spring, Maryland. I remember Silver Spring. I used to warm up there. I used to play football. I used to Silver Spring back in the days, back in our days when we were young boys. Let's see. Shalma Gibson, watching us from Liberia. Okay, Shalma, thank you so much for following us from all the way from the motherland. If you not tell where you watching us from, you on your own, that we so recognize you. Hey, Yvonne EO, watching us from Northern Virginia. Okay, all the way from Virginia. You like it, can you read anything you want read? You not tell where you watching us from, we not recognize you. That means you're not ready yet. You're not serious for life. Watching Dawson, watching us from what? Templeford, New Jersey. Okay, good thing you're not watching us from near the Gassy Wawa. You got that Wawa that I hello Gassy play. Ernestine Bernard, uh, watching us or joining us from Atlanta, Georgia. Okay, ATL in the building. Asata O Dawson, watching us from Maryland, USA. Asata, tell we say that you watching us from Mama Maryland at B State. What do you happen to if you tell Ali Aisha Donzo? Thank you so much. You started the show. Thank you very much. You started the show by letting us know you're watching us from New York, Big Apple. Yeah, Big Apple. You people, or you big girl, you live in Big Apple. You people. And so Dwalu, if you not tell where you watching us from, brother, you on your own. And Gwen is watching us from Detroit. The last time I found out you were in Boston, but you were in you just can't read here, my brother. My brother, tell you watching us from, brother. And Asu, you need to let us know where you watching us from. Who there? Momo Joma Kwa. watching us from Monrovia. Momo, thank you. Christine Ladner, watching us from Louisiana. Okay. So that your girl that new high that new high-headed speaker the horse, eh? Yeah, Christine. That your okay. I see. Comfort Abu watching us from Drexel, Pennsylvania. Okay, you watching over that Drexel, Pennsylvania there, a guest story. Yeah, but we're not discuss that story here for security reasons. Margaret Johnson, Suffolk, what? Suffolk, Virginia. Margaret, what's up? It's been a while. Good to see you. Good to see you following us. Thank you so much. Margaret don't talk a lot, but Margaret, I remember a couple of years ago, Margaret surprised SKTV, even though she didn't want me to say, but a couple of years now I can talk it. At election time, you can talk all the small cheese, then they can say that. And they said if they were taking care of cause that, so women were coming to our who are taking care of SKTV. Margaret surprised Sequel. You know, some people follow this show, they don't talk, they don't say anything, they don't write, they don't do anything. Margaret surprised us. I will not say what she did. Margaret surprised us. I was shocked. And I sat down for long. I thought about it. I said, wow. So we still get some Google people in Liberia. Margaret shocked us. Me and Seiko. It was, I think, a year or two ago during the COVID. She did something that was very strange. Very strange. You don't find people doing it. So, Margaret, thank you. Thank you so much. I will not go into detail. Yeah, if you want kind of buzz it all that way on you. Well, but Margaret, cool to see you. I know I haven't seen you on the show. You haven't. I don't know if you've been following from the back, but it's been a while. You know, since you did that Google, I don't know you're afraid for us to, or you're shy for us to put you on spot. You just gave it, but thank you so much. Thank you. Who? Outside that, a new Carrington Bennett, you scared to talk? Who coming over you? You think who coming over you to fight because taxes coming scared? You think I'm fine for you as my dependent? I'm not fine for you. Don't be afraid. But anyway, thank you for telling me where you are. Anyway. Somebody said that Alvin Kamaraze watching over who there? Somebody said watching over roof. When you watching over Bele Yala, Babulu Kante. Okay. Tell me what hello. Alvin watching over from Liberia. Godfrey Lawson following us from Banga. Okay. Mami Esther Tapi Moore following us from Illinois. Joshua following us from Monrovia. Mark following us from New Mexico. Okay, Mark, then you're not far from me, bro. I don't know if we've met before, but you're not far from me. New Mexico, okay. Eugenia following us from what? Neutralville, Liberia. I don't know where they call Neutralville. Who there? Musa following us live from Atlanta. You got the other person got Momo Nelson. You'll be fine. If you rushing, go to the play, you're going, brother. And if you rushing, go to the play, where you going? We're not worried about you. You can watch the show later. What do you consider? You want to tell what you talk about time. You'll be fine. You'll be fine, yeah. Get your time on that side. We're not worried about your time. Who the other person? This network supported comics came from 7 to 1%. Yeah, and I ain't no problem with your view. We'll respect your view, yeah. And you get 2 for an each rubber. When I get a problem with each rubber, keep it on. No problem, brother. Yeah, we supported it, no problem. The Rue Man Show, Martin to Justina Taylor, counseling, rehab again. They gain life costing other people and counseling Justina Taylor. Well, me, I don't know what's going on. I don't even know what's going on. Tenant to a watching from New Jersey. I would have answered the wow. I play what against Gazobo. One Kia from Atlanta, Georgia. Timothy from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Okay, Minnesota people now start showing us small. Melvin Dishi watching her from Europe. Watching Mariam Bimba watching us from California. Propo King watching us from New Papua New Guinea. Okay. And tell Papa New Guinea people say hello. Yeah. Emmanuel, watching from Oro Community District 10. Okay. You get you. My man Steve following from Buchanan Labro. Met Valu living man. Do I fair with you, eh? You know, but we know we can borrow the talk. We compare no. I fair with you. I fair with you. I don't play to deal with you the other time. I fair with you. I disappointed in you, my brother. But wait up. A political season, yeah. Wait up. Who there? Maxine K and look at your topic and search your heart. You are not stable. Okay, no problem, Maxine. No problem, yeah. Why can we play God song for yeah? Maxine, I can play God song, yeah? No problem. No problem. Who there? Coretta from Virginia, City of Love. Oh, Coretta, we're not playing love music today. Oh. Y'all City of Love people, they keep your love over there. Oh. We're not on what they got today. Oh. No, we're not turning. Who that? Nya Masakwe, watching her from rehab. Nya, that rehab there, I used to go right around Joseph Parker, area that gas station and that. I know, that era gas station. I got an era supermarket right before the gas station there. That gas station right where I used to take gas from there, but I also used to buy my roasted corn and tin from right where anytime I play again. So if you want set drive for me anytime, just put on me there. I can buy my roasted corn and my tin and get that market right before I know that late market right before going to Joey and Joseph Parker on a spot right across the road there. Nobody's stupid yet. But anyway, in my terrain, so you go. You'll be safe. Who there? Ronald Thomas. Duke Estrada JJ, number 2. Thank you for endorsing JMB and staying your ground to speak the truth and compare these belly-driven folks. Well, I respect my boy Duke. Duke has all rights to support whoever he wants to support. All rights. And I don't think anybody should fight him or go after him for it. This is political season, so please, let's be respectful of people's decision and their choices. Simple. You know, Randall Thomas, you see now you crossing line now. When you start passing around regurgitating foolishness and stupidity in the high places, then when I consider it to be a fool, then I insult you because you're talking foolishness with confidence. But hey, some of you are foolish by nature, so we accommodate foolish people too. The Labro we got to get crazy people and foolish people then all there. We are Liberians. So I'm not even going to what they call you again. The only person that I need to identify where they come from, I will still recognize them. I'm a Sunshine, Beverly Pajibo. Yeah, Sunshine what's up? If may anybody there go resign from your political party, yeah, I will recognize a point blank period. King Ashford Wright, North, what? Kakele K. And that is what I would play what you achieve. That's small play. That's small play. Sunshine what's up? That the only person I recognize it, and you're gonna do nothing about it. Beverly Pajibo is the only person I recognize. You won't get jealous, you won't go past the right and say anything. What thing gonna say me? I will recognize her. Yeah. By the way, let's get to gospel music. We gotta get to Jesus in a we'll get in the show. We gotta show him. The show will be noisy today. The show will be hard. Go call your friend. So we can discuss the issue. We can't discuss the issue yet. Please go call your friend. But before we discuss the issue, let's go to the grave of people. Let's get some Jesus in us. Because some of y'all looking like, what's up, Victor? What's up, brother? My man, thank you last time. I ran away from you. I owe you. I will definitely show you and be there for a longer time, but we'll talk. I will hear you a little. But thank you. But folks, just let's get to some of y'all need Jesus in y'all. Some of y'all. You got the other Jesus you're operating with that Jesus that hello confused Jesus. You need real Jesus in you. So let's play some gospel music real quick. Because some of y'all, I understand y'all. Yeah, the other Jesus, what they men talking about, they're doing Google things. You're by your own different things.
If you've got a flat roof like this one right here, and you don't want to spend tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars, then do not.
Oh yeah.
Some of y'all need Jesus in you because your behavior and second confuse Jesus. Y'all need Jesus in you. Some of y'all really need real Jesus. I'm talking about that fake Jesus, that corrupt Jesus where you get. That Jesus who can take pride. I don't want to talk about. I'm talking about real Jesus who can refuse pride. Yeah. That the Jesus y'all need. Some of y'all. Y'all need real Jesus in you. Some of y'all the Jesus where you get. That hello crooked Jesus. You're not serious. It led not together. So you need to pull your leg together and get real Jesus. I tell you straight up. We're not going to play games around. Look, some of y'all real need. I see y'all dancing to gospel music. You so know gospel music. Y'all baby verse I turn the music off. Yeah. Because y'all ain't serious. Y'all ain't serious. We'll finish playing all the gospel music and some of you will stay leave here and go collect bra. Go gossip and being funny things. And we're looking at y'all. We're looking at y'all. But the conversation today, like I said, don't miss the show. So look at you. Y'all know that Grobo ain't gonna sing. Grobo singing and all y'all bouncing around. Anyway, let's go back to this song because we're sharing the show. Please help us share the show, please. Please help us share the show. We have some very interesting thing to talk. Yeah, we got some very interesting thing to talk. Gwen, you already know what time it is. You already know what time it is. You know what time it is. Don't mind somebody put the heat in there. Don't mind somebody heat in there. Don't mind the heat in there. Who get a letter of Jesus to take it back, to give it to take it back. And now you're talking about corrupt people there. Yeah, you support corrupt person, you corrupt. Yeah. If your political leader are crook, a liar and a deceptive person, you need Jesus. You need to go back to church and rededicate your life. If you're Muslim, you need to make sure you go back to the mosque and speak for the imam. Put your life together. We're not here for that. We're talking about real Jesus. We're not talking about corrupt Jesus. You'll get a bunch of corrupt Jesus, then you're passing around with Sunday morning and you'll be making up. But anyway, let's listen to cool global gospel music. Yeah, let's enjoy what's said. Please help us share the show. Soon we leave on a musical break. We're getting straight into the show. Don't mind Zanzan Kawa. Zanzan Kawa, that's serious, man. Zanzan Kawa wearing Gucci shirt. They just made a whole gospel and so big in the country, confusing everything just mess up. We the French people can say mélanger. Everything just mélanger. Everything just mess up. Just mess up. You get Zanzan. Back in the day when you had Zoden in the walking with Beffy, you say you're afraid, but you get Zoden this time, eh? Zanzan Kawa and get Gucci shoe, they get Gucci bed and hanging on their Gucci belt. Are you serious? They wearing 13. Then you get Pem shades on. The other shade I said who had on yesterday. Ain't know that Pem shades. What's the who had on yesterday? What's the who say you want to take Costa Road? Ain't know that shade. What's the who were eating yesterday? So that I don't know shades in the eating. You see this so there. Then you get a pastor then collecting proud on cover. Prince Johnson a man of God. Joe we are. They elevated him from pastor to reverend now. After he misbehaved a couple of times, the main reverend. You need Jesus. By the way, that gets on Jesus in your real quick. You need on Jesus yet. Let's get to the global stone. You need Jesus. You ain't serious. You need Jesus. But we're watching you too. So now come out dressing the penny or passing around checking. So now come out a crook.
Sit. Hi. Oh yeah. He took the burdens off my shoulder. Come and see. What did I tell? What did I tell? Oh, vamos a mi cuerpo. Come and see. Hey. Vamos a mi cuerpo. Come and see.
Well, folks are in there. If you're not getting your Jesus on your business, we're not worried about you. When you get to heaven, you don't call you, we'll talk about it there. But let's get to the issue. Let's get to the show. Welcome to today's edition. Today is the 5th of November, 2023. The time here is 11:30 a.m. Phoenix, Arizona. Time has changed around the country. Those of you who live in other states, apart from Arizona, more likely so your time might have changed. Yes, especially those of you living on the East Coast, Midwest, and other parts of the country, your time changed sometime this morning. Early this morning, your time changed. I think you went to something called daylight saving or whatever it is. So, for example, the East Coast was 3 hours ahead of us, but we are 2 hours now. So that means one of your hours dropped. That means you got to be going to bed early now. Your lead also, your lead the small girl and Benny, and you're the women too, you're lead the men too, your man lap out and you're lead the men. That's what I mean. Go to sleep on time, get up from work, and go do what you need to do. You're lead the gossip and the change of police there. That means you might lead the club early. Basically, lead the club early. Anyway, let's get to the issue. Those of you in Minnesota on Central Standard Time, your time also changed. It means the chilling. You're 2 hours ahead or you're 1 hour now. It means you might put your left together and the play coming get cold. Sit down one play. Because we won't kind of be shower like that. Yeah, they kind of weather then why getting cold and they say I'm gonna go to bed early, but you can still be other your head and too hard. It means put yourself together. Yeah. That part of other news there, I just letting you know the time changed around the country. So we are back on daylight saving. But in Arizona, the time never changes. This is one of the things I like about this state. Minnesota time change, my brother. That you want them to the time change. It change, mama. Maybe you not also here the day be also. The day you gotta go under the snow to be chasing that guy, then you will know that the time change. Yeah, you know the time change, mama. I say the time change. Go check it, relax. The time change, yeah. When you get something to chase or something got to chase you, you will not time change. You will not. You will not time change. When you got to go and do what he's going to do and come back with a sleep to go to work, then you will not time change. I say time change. Watch. Lead that team. Went in front of time change, but forget that team, man. Lead that team. You want to play tennis with the time, talking about the time went back. The time go by and go in front of time change. That's what it means. Simple in my people time change on the side, yeah. So you're in Liberia. If you used to call him around 2 in the morning and he not answer, and you call him another time he answer, don't get there. Don't get there, he will answer. When he answer, that mean that you cheating. Easy international relationship. What is going on?
I'm good.
Yeah, Sarah, what is going on? How to I decided to come up on me that what's up?
Not much.
What's
Just
up
getting
with
ready for the next show.
My man,
Checking
they say time change, so me I was just getting warning on. So they put it in Liberia. If you call your boyfriend, your husband, or the person who's also sent for you, and they not answer on time, they're not cheating yet. The time just change and they confused with time too. So you might work with them. Because this time we gotta make it fair. We're moving the country forward now. So everything gotta be,
everything will be in alignment.
Exactly. Somebody asked me my goggle, yeah. That goggle town. Goggle won't buy the town show fit. I got them in there one of the one power wet to get one buy it. Anyway, simple, what is going on?
I'm all right. I want to say thank you to you and to Brazilian Monk and to all our followers, viewers, and well wishers. for always being on SKTV. I want to say thank you to all of you. We are having some good time here in Phoenix, Arizona. I don't know about you, but we are having good time.
Yeah.
Our weather, you know, weather has changed, and we have a very beautiful, weather here right now. And I want to say thank you to all of you for continuing to share the SKTV. But on the political front, we have a lot going on, a whole lot going on. And the show we had yesterday, we have people really getting in their feelings and getting angry. People calling us from all over the place.
Yeah.
Some people insulting, some people begging, some people, saying all kinds of things. But the bottom line is the election is here, and we are ready to cover the entire election process.
Yep.
Like we did, and we will put the entire process under the microscope. Whether it's going to be the Unity Party or the CDC, we will do our best to make sure that we hold everyone's feet to fire. And whoever is elected, we promise that we will hold their feet to fire regardless. So we remain focused. We remain resolute that we will do everything possible to hold their feet to fire as well. We have a lot to discuss today. We have a lot to talk about. But I mean, it's your show. I will be here to follow whatever you want us to talk about. We'll talk about it.
Well, that brings me.
I just want to double down what Sekou said concerning.
Yeah, I want to get to you to Monk. That brings me to Monk. Monk, what is going on?
Well, we are at the deal making stage of politics. We presented options in round number 1, and the Liberian people told us unanimously that they were hell bent on picking 2. And they got these 2 that always make the claim that other candidates were irrelevant. So at this stage of the game, it's like the European transfer market. We are looking at the deals that have been made, the offer, and what you think is going to be in the best interest of the country. If you believe that you want to change from a George Weah and Joseph Walker is the best option, and then you can go with the flow. If you believe that there is no daylight between Weah and Joseph Walker and it's more of a continuity, then you will stick with George Weah. That's just why it is. It's raised to the bottom. There are no better options for the country. You skip other people that could have done better, and this is what you ended up with. So you will still have to go. I don't let you use the word, but you are stuck with 2 piles of trash. You can just go and take out one. That's just it. Because for me, from my own analytical standpoint, I don't see. I used to buy into this illusion that, the old man, he was much better. But just by sitting back, I keep saying it all the time. One of the toughest things to do in life is to control human emotion. We are emotional creatures. We got a lot of neurochemicals going through our body. And unfortunately, to manage them in making decisions is a very tough thing. Even people that are highly educated, when you get in, I noticed that when I started trading, when you get to the financial market, when you start trading, when you look at the market, everybody look at the market, the same chart, the same analysis, but the market comes down to emotional control, fear and greed. That will control the whole market.
Right.
People, even you can take up a statistical analyst from MIT, from Harvard, some of the toughest mathematician in the world, and you realize that they just cannot control that emotion. And when it comes to controlling emotion, nobody will teach you, or is not taught in school, how to control human feelings and emotion. We can talk about it, but nobody ever put you in class to teach you how to control emotion. It's one of the toughest things you will have to one of the challenges you will have to go through in life is making decision that is full of emotion, because it's very, very complicated. And at the end of the day, our people will go over there and just pick one, and based on your own conviction. So, like Sekou said, the whole thing for attack and insulting and name calling, no, we are past that stage. Yes, the only way you insult somebody now, except you are not optimistic of the candidate you are hanging your hat on. That's how I see it. Because at this stage, you don't have no other option. You are only left with 2. So why would you want to insult other people for making their choice? So the only way you start insulting people and attacking them, except it's becoming evidently clear that the side you are trying to pick won't make it at the end of the day. That's just what it tells me. But anyway, that's my take right now.
Most definitely, Cyrus. Folks, it's good to be back on SK TV. Please share the show. If you're following, let us know where you're following us from as well. Like I said today, the show is going to be very interesting. Help us share the show, invite other people. The show is going to be very, very interesting because we want to know how we move forward. That being said, I want to make an announcement. Sekou, what the thing that was yesterday, the thing that we drank last night, what did it call again?
So blanc.
So last night we drank so blanc. Let's say who said we went somewhere. First of all, before going to the place we start to Sekou place and we did our usual thing. Yeah, make sure we chat really good. When I say chat, I mean we ate some roasted meat, a big bowl of red. Because you know when you go into party, it's good for you to put your leg together before you go to party.
For sure.
Yeah, because some of they see where you can catch your head in before you go to the party or the club. We probably smile, we can eat good. We put our leg together, then we'll go to party.
That was there, man.
All food, we tell you we can eat that for security reason. If you lacking who don't see all that sharing where whatever we said though, we set so that the secret. So we got down there last night. Sekou then introduced me to something they call so blanc. Well, no,
Like so blanc, so blanc.
so blanc. That mean Wesso.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so blanc, Wesso. You understand? So the man introduced me to that thing last night. When the man who can make a tell you so blanc, you might not say your life together. You good. You set. Saras, and you come in when you come to Arizona, we'll introduce you to so blanc. So I told my so blanc last night. I don't know what's going on. I just been up like a security man. You understand? But it's really good. And I got some, I will not some later on again. So blanc, very, very good. So if you want to, try so blanc, you can definitely come to Arizona. We're inviting everybody. Don't come and bring that Wawa Gazi Biddy because we're good people here and we're stable, we're cool, we chill. But let's get to the politics. Let's get to the issue, Mr. Kanye. Saras made a comment that, but just before we get to the politics of today, let me say this really quick. I told you guys that we're going to give you guys update. Some of you came here for the update on the whole Henry Costa and Stanton Witherspoon conversation. The first thing we want to establish is Stanton Witherspoon did not support Joseph Boakai because he believed Joseph Boakai would change Liberia. Neither did he believe that Joe Weah would change Liberia. No, that was not it. The bigger picture was to be able to put some of the money into places that would look legal so that it could continue to grow. Because monies were coming in, and so they were looking for the loopiest holes, or they were looking for the easier way to go. So they tried Sir Joseph, but Sir Joseph is a crook. Senator Sir Joseph, you all see your Senator in Monserrato, he's a crook too. So the whole Witherspoon Foundation, whatever it is, Sir Joseph was on the board director. That's Sir Joseph you see there. You were there. You were on the board. So Stanton tried to move through McGill to be able to get some contracts and other things in position and say, yo, listen again, because yo come by, you say, we lie, y'all lie, let's get the when the story didn't come outside. Then you come again shamelessly for you to say sorry that we insulted you for nothing you not do, but we forgive you. And we just listen to gospel music. Some of you get Jesus in your life right now. So Stanton decided to go through McGill. All that McGill fresh shit that you used to see. President George Weah, having been around and been a crook from day one, were very apprehensive. We have intuitions as human beings. Sometimes some people are very strong because they've used this over years. So they've been able to observe themselves, manage it, and know. So once that feeling start coming, they got stronger intuitions than others, right? But all of us got intuitions, all of us as humans. You just probably haven't used your own so much to be as strong as you're supposed to be. Fast forward. President George Weah, from day one, never liked Stanton, never feel Stanton because he felt there was something shady about this guy always. He felt that something was not just right about him. He could peep it just from the way the guy were coming around and so forth. And the way they got trying to buy everybody's favor and bring everybody around, not on a general level, but try to get you on record, buy the other person, get the person on record and stuff. So President Joe, we are a little say, y'all keep the man, y'all deal with him, but y'all keep him from distance. Let's observe him. In your crookedness, never liked Stanton. Nope. As well. Fast forward, Nathaniel McGill. Y'all remember that rest deal? All the rest were out of the country or whatever it is or whatever now. Part of that deal, they were all in cahoot with the minister because they wanted that rest deal, that the rest went on the market. There was no rest and it was so chaotic. And the minister came with President George where everybody was confused. Let me tell you something. Part of the bigger deal was for Nathaniel McGill and Stanton to come through to import rice in the country so that they can be getting their cut. Look, this thing that we in and people think that is a joking thing. It's not a joking thing, my people. These guys have decided that they will not just do what is right, whether you like it or not. They will hustle their way all through. And some of us, sadly, we want change in Liberia. Some of us, because we so want change in Liberia, we allow ourselves to be used over the period, and we fall in prey to these people. So they're using you, and as time goes by, you will get to understand that part. But fast forward with the deal. When the McGill relationship got sanctioned and everything, and then Kev Hassan and Kuning Ho, even the Kev Hassan man you see passing around, even though that my boy, but all of them were in a crook thing. All of them. Yeah. All of them were inside. They are no exempt. All of them were inside. Yeah, today. They're not injured. All of them were inside. Because if you crook from day one, you crook today. Wait, what thing? Because you what thing? Oh, because you won't stand on anymore, so that means you save now, oh, your life good now, or you gave your life to Jesus. Leave that thing. You stay crook. All of them were inside. That's how Costa then came around, and they found the next booker. And you know who the next booker is? Joseph Yoman Boakai. Sometimes when you hear people saying on the show, Joseph Boakai a victim, and I tell you that Joseph Boakai not victim, partially Joseph Boakai a victim. But on the other hand, too, Joseph Boakai too is a crook who has enabled all the criminality at his age, based on his experience. He shouldn't be even in a cycle of these kind of people. He shouldn't. He shouldn't even be on record of doing anything. Let me tell you something. Today. Not everybody's corrupt, but even people who are at high level, whether in politics or corporate world, other things. That's why they use emissaries and third parties and they work with these people. Because they don't want to be on record with certain things or with certain people. That's why when I look at someone and say, oh, when Cummins met Boakai in Ghana, Cummins offered Boakai money for Boakai to support him. Something got to be wrong with you. Cummins will put himself on record on money discussion with anybody. I don't know what you're smoking. I don't know what you're seeing. You think. Anyways, some of you don't understand some of these things, so it will be new to you. But again, these things don't work that way. Let's move forward. Costa and Stanton and Joseph Yoman Boakai. The deal is Joseph Yoman Boakai come to power. Stanton get the oil thing there. Stanton wanted to get into oil business. That one. As evidenced by that. And he bought share oil gas station from what the other crook name. What the guy name? I just forgetting his name. Almost 700,000 he spent.
Calando?
700,000 Calando.
And he bought, you think that he's setting the stage for that. But first, another thing he wanted to get involved with, the rice. He wanted to get involved with rice and also mining. These were the three areas that he's interested in. You think Stanton at God sent? You don't even know what's up. I'm saying that today. Today is the 5th. If you think Stanton at God sent, the other story that will come outside, even the Joseph Boakai story that will come outside, you will sit down for long, you say, wow. And you're passing around, pressing and praying God. I hope when that time comes, I hope when the facts are revealed, I hope when some of you, your husband, your boyfriend, the picture or the text message and other things are revealed, that they used to tie rope on a neck, carry them, whether that Florida or to go to the office, as some of you celebrating today. I hope when you understand it again, order the picture, the video, the cancer, or the text message, the interaction with Stanton cancer, you'll be able to put your life together and ask that same God to celebrate Stanton. I hope you do that. I hope so. That's my only prayer for you. Say you can celebrate anything and anybody will all knowing the facts and the truth. You can get wrong with anything. I'm praying that you will muster the courage to celebrate that. I'm really, really praying. Even some of you, your political leaders, some of the things what they had to do, some of the way they had to sell their birthrights and sell themselves and scoop themselves low to Stanton. I hope you muster the courage to still thank God for Stanton and still pray that he gets out early so that he can come back and do it. You think that only Joseph Braga Stanton got recording on or Costa? You must be joking. You must be joking. It's on. I know Costa will talk tomorrow. He will talk something. And we may stand on Vedu, Stanton will talk something too. And guess what happened? As they're talking, they will confirm what we are saying. Say goodbye to you.
Yeah. First of all, again, I want to say thank you again for what you guys do to make TV for what it is. And I want to say thank you to our viewership and followers. We want to encourage you to share the show. You know, yesterday I was shocked after the show yesterday. We still on the show yesterday more than any other time in recent time. We were on the show for like 3 hours, 15 or 20 minutes. That was the longest so far, recently. And I was shocked to see that show had about 15,000 people watch that show. So, like I said the last time, SKTV, we are averaging about 10,000, 12,000 views a day. We have followers of 430,000 followers. We have one of the biggest platforms in Liberia, in the Liberian society. Thank God. And thanks to all of you for making that happen. We will stay not get tired. If this is your first time here on SKTV, click on like, click on follow, and click on see first. When you click on see first, it means that every time we come on any little thing on SKTV, whether a live video, whether anything, you will be the first to see it. We have a lot of people following SKTV. 400,000 people, they're not small thing there. Last time, I just want to make this clear. One of the jealous guys from the other side was like, oh, but how come SKTV, you get that time we used to have 300,000 plus followers. How can you get 300,000 followers and when you come live and you should be getting 2,000 people on your screen? One of the jealous guys said that. And then I told the guy to go and go to Roller Martin's page. Roller Martin got over 1 million followers. But most of his show, sometimes you get 150, 100, 300, 400. Interesting thing count, sometimes you go 370, 700 people. But the followers that you have, it means that not everybody going to come on the show at the same time. But by the time something appears on your page, your followers follow it, they listen to it, they watch it. Different time, from different part of the world. So I just wanted to say that. Don't mind all those fake number they put on their screen. That's why you can see some people got 2,000 viewership on their screen. They got 3,000 viewership on their screen. Sometimes they got 5,000, 10,000. That fly. They don't want to impress the people. They want to deceive the people, making it to look like they are popular, but they are not. They don't have authentic view. They don't have a real human being like you people are here. I'm telling you this that to tell you how much you are valuable to SKTV. Because we have real people following SKTV doing the real thing. And everything we do on SKTV reflects directly what's going on. That's why SKTV is the one to drive the narrative as to what to be discussed in Liberia. Because we have real people, real Liberians who are interested in what's going on in Liberia are on SKTV. We are on SKTV, we are on SKTV Live, we are on Instagram, we are on YouTube. We are everywhere. And we are also working on getting our own radio station in Liberia. We might get TV station in Liberia in the future. But we'll try to inform you that your work, whatever you're doing for us, is not in vain. We really appreciate it. We have some of the most consistent followers around the media. So I want to start up this conversation to say something to the supporters and followers of Alexander Cummings. Whether you ANC, whether you Liberty Party, or whether you just from no party, but you're a lover of Cummings, you believe in Cummings, I want to tell you this. Don't get angry, don't be upset, don't fight anybody for supporting any side. Don't attack anybody for not supporting the side you are supporting. Do not fight anybody for supporting the Unity Party. Don't fight anybody for supporting CDC. And don't fight anybody for remaining neutral, deciding to say, you know what, we're going to be neutral this time around. Don't fight the people. Because why? Cummings is no longer in the picture. Collectively, it can be a force. But if you mind what is going on right now, because Cummings is not in the picture, and then you create some fight among yourself, even Cummings decide to come back into the picture, some of you will never get along anymore. Some of you will be very uncomfortable to work with each other.
Yep.
So you are removed from your emotion. Politics is not personal. Politics is not church, they're not mosque. I've told Steve this all the time. The people that you're fighting for, the people that you fighting for, when you're finished doing your fighting, they will go, they will meet, they will have conversation among themselves, they will drink tea together, they will drink liquor together, they will marry, make, they will womanize and go by their business. Some of them will follow men and they will go by their business. They don't care about you. You only following them because you think they are the best people that can lead you to change the country. Don't take it so personal to the level where you insult everybody because they're not following you. The same independent man you get to make a decision for yourself, that's exactly what they have. Yep. They have the right to go anywhere they want to go. You have to respect the people in their decision. You did not force them to come and support Cummings in the first time. They came by themselves. Some of them spend their own money to support Cummings. Some of them spend their saving to support Cummings. And in this case, Cummings, as a person, didn't take side. But the institutions he represents decided to go with the CDC. Ultimately, vast majority of the people that support Cummings will support CDC. That is a fact. Because of the fact that the CPP is supporting CDC. So the other people that are not happy with that decision, they have the right to support whoever they want to support. They want to support Unity Party, you let them be. And you want to win them over, They're not by force. Some people are still angry because they lost the election. Some people are very, very angry because they lost the election. And sometimes the decision they're going to make right now is not going to be right. But if you want to change them, you want them to follow you. Let's say you decided to go to CDC, you want them to go there, talk to them nicely. Convince them. Tell them why you think George Weah is better than Joseph Boakai. Tell them why you think George Weah will do better than Joseph Boakai this time around. Tell them why you think Joseph Boakai is the better person. Even those who say they're going to go to the CDC. If Joseph Boakai and people then can make a case to convince them, you never know. In fact, some of the people then that are angry, they're already in America and they're not going to vote. Some of them in Liberia. But the point I'm trying to make here is that you don't have to insult anybody. You don't have to fight anybody to follow you. People who ask other people to follow them, they use persuasive method. They persuade them. They talk to them. They pet them. They convince them. That's how you play politics. But we are telling you that United Party people, they bully people, they insult people, they attack people. They want to, they want you to support them, but they still don't know how. You're doing the same thing. If you think Mr. X is endorsing Unity Party, you don't want that, talk to them behind the scene. Try to convince them, tell them, hey, my man, my sister, what are you going to Unity Party for? Because of S, Y, and Z, this, blah, 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 blah. I don't think you should support Unity Party. The person will tell you, but the reason why I support Unity Party is because of S, Y, and Z. You're arguing, you have a conversation respectfully. Whoever can convince their friend, the person will follow. But you stop attacking each other. You start throwing talk on each other. At the end of the day, you'll stay brothers and sisters. And you will come back in the same polity. You will come back again to support the same person, Mr. Cummings, in the future, but you will be very uncomfortable with each other. Some people will not want to be in the same team with you again because the way you treated them, because the way you disrespected them. I'm just giving you guys a piece of advice. If you're an ANC person, because somebody is mad supporting Joseph Boakai because you post supporting CDC, don't worry about it. We still got some time. A lot of people can stay convinced, a lot of people to go to sway one way or the other. Trust me, we still have time. Maybe CDC didn't do their due diligence to convince everybody they're supposed to convince. Maybe Joseph Boakai, United Party people there, they didn't do their due diligence to convince everybody that they're supposed to convince. But it's not over yet. The fact that it's not about coming, I would be mad at anybody. Let's say, for example, if you are an ANC person or Liberty Party person or CPP person as a whole, and you support that Cummings, and you see some of your people deflecting to go to other party, you'll be angry. But Cummings is not in the picture. Some people decide not to even get involved anymore because they're still mad. Some people will say, you know what, Cummings is not there, I will go with George Weah. Some people will say, no, I will go with Joseph Boakai. Let him be. But to insult people, to disrespect people, to say things to people because they're not supporting who you're supporting, that is the wrong approach. I wanted to say that to all the people then that are angry. Similarly, Akko people, those of you who said yesterday that I insulted Kabina Jane, you are a bloody liar. I did not insult Kabina Jane. Kabina Jane is a big brother. There are respect. But I said the truth about him and about other people. And I also informed the Unity Party people who were making it look like that the sky is falling. I just informed them that our community, we are not a bunch of group thinkers. We are independent-minded people. We have history of everybody. We've been around the Liberian politics. We respect our leaders. We respect our adults. But we are not group thinkers. We are not a bunch of buckabout that follow the light. No, we are not like that. You have to earn our support. You have to earn our respect. You have to earn everything. And I have a lot of respect for Justice Janet. And the way I fought for him when he was illegally impeached, I can still do it for him again. And for any other person, you don't have to be Madingo, you don't have to be Muslim. We have been fighting for everybody in Liberia. So those little mind peanut brains that went somewhere and start talking about how security is respected. What we did for Justice Janet, I don't see anybody on IFE that did it more than us to fight for Justice Janet. Because we know it was the right fight. We know the man was illegally removed from his position. And we know some of the driving factors behind Justice Janet removal. It was because he was a Madingo and a Muslim. We have been in the vanguard of fighting for our people before even Facebook. That's why we've been serving in leadership capacity in every community we have gone. Every community we've been to, we've been serving leadership position. Because we care about our people, regardless of who you are, your position, your education, your word, you don't move us. So I just want to clarify some of those things. I will never insult or disrespect Justice Janet or any other person because I disagree with you. No, I will never do that. I'm well respected in my community and beyond, and I respect everybody likewise. I can't be the one preaching peace and telling people to do what is right, and I will be there doing otherwise. No, we don't do that. So those beginning running their mouth, talking about Sekou insulted Cabinet Janet, I would never do that. I respect him and I love him as a brother. I was being insulted. I was being disrespected because of Cabinet Janet because of the stand I took. In fact, my initial disagreement with the Joria government started with Cabinet Janet issue. But that doesn't mean that Cabinet Janet, when Cabinet Janet endorsed the Unity Party or CDC, then I mean all the man go going there. No, that's not what it is. No, we are now a bunch of, group thinkers. No, we are not like that. We factor in everything in our decision making. We know Madingo's problem is Pele problem in Liberia. What affect Madingo people will affect Pele people, will affect Gio people, will affect Mano people, and the rest of Liberians. So Madingo problem in Liberia is not different from other people's problem. The only problem that we have been a victim of systematically is the tribalism. And we are not alone in that as well. The Congo people who they consider Congo, they have been somehow ostracized. And tribalism been preached against them. And there are other tribes who are also Muslim or they are non-Madingo. They have been deprived of certain right because of their religion. A lot of people were killed because they were Muslim. They are not Madingo. So whatever affects one Liberian affects all of us. So Cabinet Janet's problem, Sekou problem, Steve problem, John Peter problem is the same problem. We all want to see a better Liberia. So those of you who running your mouth, I got a message yesterday, I got calls that, Sekou, please don't do this, Cabinet Janet is a leader in the community, don't discredit him, don't do that. I would never discredit Justice Janet. I always respect him. Like I said, some people will follow him, some people will listen to him. But it's not like when you get one person, then you get everybody. No. And I even said an example yesterday. If you think people were like that, they'll just follow anybody, they'll just follow everybody. But now Musa Belete being the chairperson of the CPP, all the Maningo Post will be supporting Musa Belete and the CPP. But that's not the case. That's what I said yesterday. So I will stop there in terms of those things. But the political front as to what's going on right now, let's look at the pathway. Listening to one of the network yesterday that I consider as Fox News of Liberia. I listened to the Fox News of Liberia yesterday. Briefly. They are making it to look like the election is over and Joseph Bagafini win it's only the inauguration they're waiting for now. I just laugh. They're making it to look like the election is over. Joseph Boakai is already president. While I was listening, I kind of felt like maybe we live in different universe. I also felt like maybe this is not the Liberia that I've been following. Or maybe this is not the Liberia that I saw. The first news of Liberia. Like when you are in America here, you listen to all the network. When you go listen to Fox News, you'll be like, you're not in America, you're in a different country. Yesterday, I listened to people speaking as if to say they are the National Election Commission. I listened to some of them speaking as if to say that the election that just happened, the Nigeria got the most number. The Nigeria got plenty number. Hey, Costa, Mama, you pay for you. I called you yesterday to come and debunk some of the things that have been discussed yesterday. You didn't pick up, you didn't come. But we were talking in the back. Tell Ben Sammy say if he doesn't call, he'll be in trouble. But again, let me go back to what I was saying. Listening to the Fox News of Liberia yesterday, they behave as if the election is finished, as if we didn't watch the last election, the first round. Jowiya got more votes than Joseph Boakai. 7,000 votes. An area that Jowiya won by 70 to 80%, 60% minimum. Area that Joseph Boakai won, for example, in Cape Mount, they all got 15,000, only 200 vote difference. But they were behaving as if Joseph Boakai win the election. The deception is too much. But I can tell you, we're all not stupid. The election that happened just yesterday, if we learn anything, let's say, the idea the election was stolen, was cheated, blah, 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 we have put that behind us now. We have to move on because Liberians are moving on. And we are there for Liberia. We don't care about ourselves, our personal interest. No, we don't care about that. Liberian people have agreed that they voted and they gave Jowiya more vote than any other person in the country. Now, other people are not there. Let's look at it from a logical standpoint. Jowiya got more vote when everybody were in it. Joseph Boakai will stay there. Jowiya got what he got. Okay, let's assume whatever Jowiya got, that why the percentage Jowiya got the same percentage. And Jowiya got more vote than Boakai. Then let's also assume that Boakai got whatever he got. Then let's play the rest of the people that are not in the zone that they are going to vote between the two of them. Let's play between them 50-50. Who's going to stay win? You gave Jowiya what he got in the first round. You gave Boakai what Boakai got in the second round. In the first round. Then the rest of the people in the second round, you split it. Everybody voted for Jowiya, they vote for him. Everybody that voted for Boakai, they vote for him. Then the rest of the people, you split it in 50-50. Who's going to win the election? Now the person that got more vote in the first round, let's give it to them 50-50. And let alone look at the advantage of George Weah. George Weah has been endorsed by the third among the top three. The top three now, the top two are in one place, and the third person is in one place. So it means that the CPP is where you CDC. Majority of the CPP support are going to go to the CDC. And all the other parties, then if you divide them among the people there, CDC is carrying the lion's share of the remaining vote of people that have not voted for George Weah in the first round. So George Weah is at the advantage. Besides, George Weah got more money than you guys to campaign. And you agree, say, everybody that go to George Weah, everybody that support CDC, you are either bought or you don't love Liberia. That means George Weah got more money to buy more people. Why you languish in poverty? Why Joseph Boakai depending on Steno with a spoon for handout? Steno with a spoon, they want to finance your campaign now with stolen money. And Joseph Boakai going to Steno with a spoon station to solicit money from people for pool washing. Joe Weah then got the country money. Who got advantage? But making it to look like you're finna win the election, I was so confused. I was just laughing over and over. But what am I listening to here? But Bridget, let me ask you. I know I'm taking most of the time. If you look at the past, you get everybody what they got, and then you divide the rest of the people equal share. Even though it seems like Joe, we are going to get more people from people that never voted for him before, based on the fact that CPP endorsed CDC. But let's give, for the sake of argument, let's give everybody 50-50. Adding to what they got, because Joe, we are not going to lose any vote that they got in the first round. Baka may not lose the vote he got in the first round. Maybe the turnout going to be low, but there are people still going to vote for them. But the rest of the people that never voted for either one of them, you split them into two. Who's still going to win the election?
It will be the CDC. For me, Sekou, every time I come out with the same premise, it's just simple logical analysis. You don't need to go to school to understand simple stuff. You can just observe and use common sense. Common sense given to everyone, in spite of your educational background, whatsoever you want to tell me to be. It's just common sense. If you believe that these elections is tainted, then you know that a guy who's tainted the election can only be the winner. That's the first thing I lay on the show. If the elections were rigged, the elections can only be rigged to have one ultimate outcome, and that's a George Weah win.
Yeah.
If you want to make the argument and say that election is free, fair, and credible, then you are literally saying that this unimpressive the Liberian people had against George Weah to weapon out in a one run. It didn't work. It failed. In matter of fact, it didn't only fail, but George Weah came on top again with almost 7,000 to 8,000 votes, way more than Joseph Boakai. So technically saying that there are more Liberians that support George Weah than Joseph Boakai. That is, if you want to make the case that we got to rescue the country, that there is an apocalypse, some cataclysmic event is coming to wipe Liberia off the map, it means that narrative failed miserably. Then you look at the endorsement politics. If you're telling me that the elections are not credible, then you are literally saying that Cummings is more competitive than what the number is reflecting. Mm-hmm. And then who the CPP support? The same George Weah. Yeah. So maybe 7 out of every 10 voters from the CPP is more likely to support or George Weah than Joseph Boakai. So for me, Sekou, I don't know which planet these people live on, how they do their analysis, but for me, I've been following elections. I've been looking at the numbers repeatedly. I can tell you that there is a higher probability that George Weah is going to win this election. I'm not a fan of George Weah. I will never be a fan of George Weah, but the reality is the reality. The Liberian people made their choice, and we all know how this thing play out. Because Apeto will have been the most sought after candidate in this race, but unfortunately, the guy who claimed to have the 1% is the one everybody was looking up to. So it just tells you that yes, they play with the numbers, and that's why I keep telling you, the only people that will attack the other side are the folks that believe their candidate is not going to win in the second round. That's just why it tells me that the only people that will be attacking other people from the other side of the aisle, because it makes no sense to argue at this stage. You got two options to go and pick from. You can only go and pick one. Why would Unity Party people want to attack CPP when CPP is not even on the ballot anymore? Why would CPP want to attack Unity Party? No, it's not worth it now. The only people that will be making the case, confrontation, will be people who believe that they were giving the wrong message, that they were lied to, that somehow this election was a full-blown conclusion. They were already set up for inauguration. They started dividing government job, are the only people that will be insulting others at the stage, because it's becoming evidently clear that the narrative they were sold is a blatant lie, and that narrative is becoming a reality even before the election, because the numbers are just not there to pull them across the finish line. And Sekou, I told you it's a repeat of 2017. It's just the opposite. It's like the reverse engineer in 2017. You know, traditionally, the election, we had higher turnout in this election as compared to 2017 in the first round. And like I said, always, when the elections, when you have higher participation, it's supposed to favor the opposition, because the election is always a referendum on the ruling party, right? But in the case, Georgia dodged that bullet. We had higher turnout, and he still came out on top. And we all know procedurally, from a procedural standpoint and historical standpoint and trending, you know that the second round will be way far less participation compared to the first round. And when the turnout is very low, who does it favor? The incumbent. So I don't know how Unity Party do mathematics or how they do statistics. I really don't know. Like you said, they are living on the
I wanted to ask Steve about something real quick. Steve.
Yeah.
Since the first round, we are seeing some movement. But for the most part, what all the older people, all the old politicians then, all the old crooks and people that have, stole from Liberia and the Liberian people, what all the old politicians gravitating towards Joseph Boaga, and why the young people and students and all the other people then, going towards the CDC? What's going on? Why all the old politicians are supporting Joseph Boaga? Why? Is it because they feel that they're all going to retire at the same time, or what's going on?
Well, in as much that I really don't want to appear as though I'm supporting the CDC or the United Party, because I remain neutral and independent in this process. It's also clear that, going back to the very first question that you asked, just before coming to this current question, because I think they tie in together. I have to agree with Monk that you can't have it both ways. The United Party had ACO's endorsement. They had Tawan Gonglo's endorsement. That alone should make them comfortable if they believe that they were winning or they are winning.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, the fact that CPP would endorse CDC, a United Party are jittery, yet they've claimed that CPP only had 1% per the record, which we as an institution individually, I agree with SKTV that the election results are fraudulent. We're not changing our minds on that. There is nothing that's going to make us to change our view on that as far as we're concerned. So fast forward, if you had two parties that were not even split that endorse you, why are you so upbeat, pissed off, mad, and uncomfortable that CPP endorsed CDC? Why aren't you content with the two other parties you have? The only reason why you would do that is because you know inherently that the results are not true. But yet you settle for it. There were only two ways to Joseph Boaga becoming president in these elections: to win on first ballot, or to have agreed that the election were fraudulent, that they wouldn't go to second round until they find out what happened. Those were the only two ways. You've blown all those two chances in your egotistic, corrupt, entitlement mindset. Because some of your leaders at the top have taken money and they have agreed to work with CDC. They're only making fool of other people who have genuine quest of wanting change. And you think that it favors you? No, it's not going to favor you. Let me say this. I wrote this. Unfortunately, I had to write this. I wrote this on SKTV, I think on Thursday, on Friday, or Wednesday. sometime last week, that whoever the CPP endorses will win. The second. Again, in as much that I am uncomfortable saying it, you know, we got to say the facts. We got to say the truth. And people now cuss up because we can say the facts, we can say the truth. That's fine. It's not an issue. We've walked past those things. But the fact of the matter is this. Even Moluba Molu, for CDC to be willing to bend over, to agree to the 12 counts, that is to tell you that the only endorsement they were waiting for to seal their winning, even CDC is aware, was the CPP's endorsement.
Yep.
If the United Party so wanted the endorsement, they should have agreed to those terms.
But that's what I told you. That's what I told you. CDC is way smarter than the United Party. So they always make the case that CDCians are uneducated, they are inept, they are incompetent. But CDCians behave smarter, they behave tolerant, they behave responsible more than the people in the United Party. Why?
So Mr. Kane, just to get to your question now that you asked, the reason why most of the older folks are gravitating towards Jose Yuman Boakai.
Yeah.
There are a couple of factors behind it. One of the very first factor is they're running out of time. They need to secure something for retirement because they were either in a younger age, they were irresponsible, they did not manage what they had well. As evidenced by that, we have Jose Yuman Boakai today. He ain't got to be all kind of funny shenanigans because he did not manage his resources. And that's a sign of irresponsibility. Whether you like it or not, it is just the truth of the matter. We wouldn't be having Jose Boakai Costa and Stanton Witherspoon conversation if Jose Boakai has managed what he had to be vice president for 12 years and your office budget is $2 million. You think $2 million is small money? For you to come by and say be broke or behave like you broke and you so say that you're not responsible? No, it was lack of discipline, lack of responsibility, and immaturity that led to that. Wasteful spendings. But let's move past that. Another part of it also is this. Some of them also want to secure the future of children, family members, and so forth, and other corrupt younger people around them. This is part of the reason you see them gravitating towards Joseph Boakai, because they know, they have confessed, like Prince Johnson, that Joseph Boakai is an old man, and Joseph Boakai would, Prince Johnson said it, he will leave the stage, he will die very soon, in other words.
Yeah.
That's what Prince Johnson said. Oh, they were not there with Prince Johnson. When Prince Johnson said Joseph Boakai will die very soon. No, they're not there with that one. When we regurgitate or repeat what Prince Johnson said, then it becomes a problem. So what they are doing, Mr. Kane, in other words, what they are doing, they want to eat the future while in the retirement. They want to be able to interfere and create an avenue that they will be protected by the young corrupt people that they have groomed as well, because this is a grooming system, so that these people can come and support them. These people can come and do that. They find a way with Joe Weah. Joe Weah guy who not corrupt and around him are even smarter than them.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Life has evolved. You get somewhere to where the intellectual license suffering. That Joseph Boakai ain't gonna go listen to. When they get Joseph Boakai find out, they can talk in public. So the boys, they already understand that they've been their time over. They need to go sit down and they put their life together on them. And they're not their responsibility. They need to hustle and put themselves together. So this is where they are. This is where we are. And this is where the quagmire is. This is why you see all these older people. Let me tell you something. Any old man who wants to secure the future, who is confident in his ability, after working, after saving, after knowing that he does not have to be passing around and taking money here and there. Any old man who knows that will support what is right for the future. And he will know that his age mate is not a right for the future. He will know that. Me and you corrupt. And I think you say you go for the future or you're a good man. What I'm saying by essence is I'm just telling the people that, folks, just bring another person that will do wrong. They see wrong that I did. That's it. So I mean,
same question to you, Monk, man. So why do you think the older politicians are gravitating towards Joseph Boakai, while the young people, leaning towards President Weah? What's going on?
Well, we all knew the generational shift. We all know the demographic in the country and the risks it posed to the whole electoral process. It was one of the reasons some of us advocated for CPP. You look at 6 to 7 of every voter in the country below the age of 35, right? Let's say from May 35 coming down to 18. That particular demographic, it favors Georgia. Mathematically, it favors Georgia. Maybe you left with 4 out of every 10 that is left that is above the age that can make, that we will assume can make better decisions. Now, if we split those people, it even reduce that number further. So it means we already go into an election with Georgia having a numerical advantage just by reason of the demographic breakdown alone. It posing way ahead everybody, right? Because we are assuming the vast majority of young people always gravitate to Georgia. People vote for what they can relate to. They see themselves in Georgia. They grew up in the 90s, maybe early 2000, and the only positive thing in horrible Liberia that they can attest to for them their whole life is Georgia. So it's not only from a cultural standpoint, from an electoral standpoint, from a demographic standpoint. It was some of the reason. It was one of the many reasons some of us say, you know what, we need a united CPP because the demographic is already against us. We need to have a consolidated group to go against Georgia. It was one of the many reasons. So it's not strange for me. I knew that the vast majority of young people always break out to Georgia. Now, let me give you the whole idea about this choice thing and the numbers thing that these guys that live on another planet. If you are to call 100 voters in Liberia to say you run your generic survey, right? And let's just assume that the vast majority of those voters will pick between Weah and Joseph Boakai. Who is most likely to be the third candidate in that phone call? It will be Cummings, right?
Yes.
That's just one scenario. In the second scenario, the CPP is the combination of both Liberty Party and Cummings' party. So the best of both worlds. And we all know how we know Liberty Party's strength. We understand what they did in the previous election. Even if you split Liberty Party vote into 2, no other political party outside of the CPP will be able to get that numbers, right?
Yep.
Based on Liberty Party last performance. So we're just assuming that half of Liberty Party is with ANC, and you put those 2 together out of 3 available options. So if the CPP endorses any candidate like Steve said, that person is going to win. It's just common sense because you cannot have another political party or institute that will be able to match that number. Even if Georgia will just get 6 to 7 of every single CPP voter, the election is over. So I don't know. Like I said, the people who live on another planet, the people who are doing their mathematics or their statistics in another way, in as much as we hate to say it, it's just the reality. There's a difference between perception and there's something they call reality. You can perceive all you want to perceive. At the end of the day, reality will hit you, and we're just waiting for the day. We will say it more than 1,000 times. We know that this election can only have one winner, and that winner is going to be Georgia. I'm afraid to burst your bubble, but that's just the reality. I don't know the kind of a courage you will muster or what you can do in the next few days to change the outcome, but you know there is always fresh turn to everything. Maybe they know something that we don't know, but from my common sense, from what I'm looking at numerically, statistically, historically, from a resource standpoint, from an institutional standpoint, I just cannot see a way in which Georgia will rig an election for Joseph Boakai to win it. I just want to see that. Maybe
the unity will be different from 2017. The unity will be different from 2017. And speaking in just to talk about the danger and the risk that what you call them? I don't know how you call them again. The radio that you say you watch, you listen to the people.
The Fox News of Liberia.
The Fox News of Liberia.
Okay. Just to put this in context, the only thing that will be different in the results from 2017, Joseph Boakai might win a couple of counties to make it look competitive.
Yes, that will be it.
At the end of the day,
yeah,
Joseph Boakai will be flogged and retire dishonorably. Now, the reason you guys are setting the stage, look, this is a psychological and a strategic, dangerous move that they're making. They're inputting in people's head already that they have won when you haven't even gone to the competition. Yeah. And that in itself is problematic. What you are saying is anything that comes from that result or anything that comes from that process is already fraudulent. The only way it will not be fraudulent unless it benefits us or we win. So they are setting the stage for that. But if you know that the process is already fraudulent, why are you even going into the process? Why? If you think that you must win for it to be the only substantive result that people can result on. So in other words, you guys are setting the stage for problems, for trouble and for chaos. Because those people who are fanatics, those people who are not emotionally mature or intelligent, they're going to take to the streets. They're going to create chaos. They're going to create problems, and this will all be looking back at the stage that is being set. And this needs to stop. And the sooner Unity Party people, Unity Party leaders, and other people start to call it out and say, "Listen, folks, we are not going to the process yet." So we can determine the outcome. We can predict the outcome based on, like Sarah said, based on different factors or based on, past proceedings or whatever it is. But we can't just jump on and say, "Oh, this, we're just waiting for inauguration." I've heard some of them saying that they're waiting for inauguration.
Steve, how can they do that when their leaders are some of the liars that you ever seen in the country? Dillon being one of the leaders, they don't lie to the Liberian people. He had blue plastic bag in his hand. He said they got 90% of the ballots or 90% of the tally sheet. And he said, according to that tally sheet, they have won the election. Anything less than that will be unacceptable. If the law is the leader, the man who already accustomed to lying and informing the people that we already won the election, and then coming back, being happy of making it to the second round, after telling the people you already won the election based on fact, based on document that you have in your possession. Dillon coming by celebrating for going to the second round. And Dillon, they are the leaders of these people. I even heard that Dillon going to be somewhere on the Fox News of Liberia this week. Dillon is a pathological and a proven liar. So how can Dillon come again and tell the people, say, don't do this, do that, when Dillon already told the people, say, initially that they already won the election? The reason why they are not being inaugurated right now because they were cheated. Nobody else was cheated in the election, only they were cheated. And what happened? If Dillon and other political actors within the Unity Party, they sit back and allow the mindset grow, like, they already won the election, even before the election. Then the result turns out to be something else. And then that can result into some chaos that will be detrimental to the country. You think who should be held responsible? The likes of Dillon, the Yombly, the Prince Moi, all the other people that are in the Unity Party started out, putting the mindset, putting something in the minds of their people, the supporter they already won the election, setting the stage for violence. And if anything happened in the country, who should be held responsible?
Chime in on that. Can I chime in on that?
Yeah, go ahead, Sarah.
Dillon made the riskiest move with that blue plastic bag, and we'll come back to head Joseph Boakai. Because we established free premises there during these elections, right? We know, looking at the numbers, can emphatically say this process was rigged. And Unity Party not being on board is saying in another way that these elections are free, fair, and credible.
Yeah.
The second thing, Dillon called a bluff, knowing fully well he never even had 50% of his tally sheet, and they made a case that they have already won the election, despite the fact that they never had proof and evidence to show that they won the election. And they knew that they never won the election, so he was a liar. He didn't only lie behind the scene, he came to the entire public to show proof, and he knew that the proof was a blatant lie. In this case, if Unity Party called for chaos, it will be like Unity Party waging a war on the entire country, and people will not stand up for that. At that stage, it will be Unity Party the one that will be cheating. Because first of all, you told that you won when you knew that you never won the election. Yeah. You lied that you have proof when you knew there were no proof to that. So when we're saying that the election is not fair and you are going into second round, you are validating the election. So even if you were to be cheated in round number 2, that argument about instability, no, the entire country will gang up on you, because it means at that stage you become the real cheater and the liar, and that's what will happen to the Unity Party.
Let me say this other part, because we could get into that. Failure for Dillon, let me say it so you can keep it on record. Failure for Dillon to comply. After they flog the Unity Party, he will be voted out of the Senate. You remember this today. I challenge Senator Darius Dillon, A.B. Darius Dillon, to go against the deal that he agreed with the unit with the CDC. And he calling other people that are playing games and they're doing it when they didn't want. You know, Sekou, when you say sometimes Yeke and other people, when you say sometimes you can't trust them, you can't do the one, you can't do that one. You're 100% right. Ome is Ome. When you stand for what is right, when you see wrong, especially against the people, you're talking. You don't let few people can't sit behind the hall with you and talk to you, and you just let it be, and then you go back and walk by your word. No, you don't do that. Dillon is not only a crook, but he's a dangerous crook. Darius Dillon. Let me tell you this today. Darius Dillon is playing with the government as well. Yeah. Historical counsel. I can keep telling you historical counsel. A.B. Darius Dillon is playing with the government. Yeah. A.B. Darius Dillon is playing with the government. But funny thing will catch you. It can't. Right now you're having fun. When you're ready, rest small thing and Eddie Snow behave. And the other person behave. Oh, they know all the agent 1 and agent 2 then. They never call it agent number than you. They get it number. They get it number.
So you know that agent with number 1, number 4, or 5.
He will call it number outside. Relax. He will call it number. A.B. Darius Dillon.
Anyway, Charles from Liberia, welcome, my man. What happened? You come in when we're leaving. What's going on with you, man?
Yeah, Mr. Kane. Yeah.
Don't tell me you're in class today, or maybe you're in church, right?
No, I went to church, but when I came out to rest because I was tired. Well, I had to do some assignment, then I rest. But anyway, let me say good evening to
SKTV to you. Since you are the youngest, the younger person among here, why is it that all the old crooks and former government officials are gravitating towards Joseph Boakai, and at the same time young people going towards the CDC and George Weah? What's going on with that? Since you are in Liberia, you are a young person. What are you hearing? What are the factors that actually driving, that narrative? Like, okay, young people, you'll go to CDC, and old people, old crooks, old money eaters, corrupt-minded, former government officials are going towards Joseph Boakai, and then young people, students, and all the young girls and everybody just running to go to the CDC. What's up with that?
All right. So thank you very much, Mr. Kane. Again, let me say good evening to our SKTV family, and I stand by my big brother Steve to say that Brent women are the most beautiful women on earth.
You already know.
Yes, I stand by that.
You not follow Steve like that thing.
I'll go and get my
So, Mr. Kale, the thing is simple. Ambassador Boakai, in fact, the United Party it is not opposition. They are past government who wanting and desperate to come back to power. And the reason that the young people are gravitating to the CDC is very simple. We might not like the CDC. That's true, they have failed. But you call a spill a spill. The CDC has always factored young people. From the inception of George Weah government, you've seen a lot of young people who are raised to permanent. The like of Kala School, Mama Sikaba, Alvin Wisse, Eli Traore, you name it, the list go on.
Jefferson Koji,
Jefferson Koji, yeah, Jefferson
Koji.
Yes. So this is the thing. CDC is a grassroots. And I see the United Party people think that, when they made a statement that the CVP is an elite party, no party is more elite than the United Party. The United Party have a very close and small cycle.
Yeah.
And this cycle is made of the old crooks, the criminals who have, created this dark political cloud over our country, and they continue to breed other young people who are coming out. If you cannot go in their line, that means they kick you out. So it is this cycle that is made all of the Unity Party. And you never see a lot of you. I mean, the last time I posted on my page, the youngest employee of Ambassador Boaka is 60 years, and that is the cameraman. That is the
What?
youngest. Yes, the cameraman is 60 years.
The
A
younger
name will
person
come to
around here, the
yes,
cameraman,
the cameraman.
60-year-old.
That is to tell you how.
My man, don't before open that door, you gotta make sure they're not somebody, the party people come here to knock on your door. You make sure you know who's knock on the door. It's late now. Okay. My picking, somebody knock on my picking door. I hold the put and not come there to come cause you to
No,
trouble.
no, Mr. Kale. So this is the thing. The CDC has factored a lot of young people,
Because
and
you people there,
Mr.
they
Kale,
good friends over picking. So be careful over
I
there.
I know, and the
Yeah.
thing is, Mr. Kale, the Unity Party is coming to make no change. It is glaring with the lack of the law and all of the elderly folks. These young people feel more attached to the CDC because of what the president do. We might not like him, but some of these things that he do, he's a young man. Like he's not young, but if you put him in the category
Yeah,
of a
but
young
you know,
man, the
young,
lot, lot of yes,
with Joseph Baga, he picking.
yeah, he baby
Yeah.
to Joseph Boaka because
Yeah.
Ambassador Boaka is very old.
Baga people don't even know Baga age. Somebody can say 93, somebody can say 83.
That the man political age, a political age, I know
I
he's
don't even know
80
which one
years
is the real age.
because he even low older than Mana Salif. So this
Yeah.
is the thing. The CDC has created an avenue, and a lot of young people go to the CDC because they believe that if a Javazi Kochi can occupy the position he occupies, and having wizard, a Mamasi Kabak can be given this opportunity and leverage to serve their country. They believe that they too one day they can be given same leverage opportunity to serve. So you see a lot of young people gravitating to the CDC. And again, in this election, the reason a lot of young people gravitated to the CDC is because of the arrogance, the gross disrespect and arrogance of the Unity Party. The consistent disrespect, the consistent entitlement with no messaging, no means of convincing people, but you want to force them to your will. It has been one of the reasons that you see a lot of young people continue pulling out to the CDC, and the young people go with the vibe of the CDC. Even with the CPP, before the CPP did her major endorsement, you notice that a lot of the people who were advocating for the CDC to be an option, even though the two are not any option. But if you pick in the lesser and the greater evil here, you will take the CDC to be the greater evil. Why? Because of the attitude of the Unity Party. Because you see no change. If Staten Waterspoon can be celebrated, you know that the CDC will be a lesser evil because the Unity Party is pretending to come with a message of rescue. But then you are Danny and Wani with the most dangerous people you ever think of, a Prince Johnson. So you obviously see that young people gravitate to the CDC. There's a kind of it's just a simple political math. The young people believe that other young people are given the opportunity to serve. They too will have that chance to serve one day because George Weah has created this avenue for other young people to prove themselves out there, to put themselves on the pitch. So other young people believe that. But if you giving power to Boaka, I'll tell you, the amount of elderly people that will be in the government, there'll be more than what you see. In fact, they'll put a lot of the young people out. Even if you more qualified, they'll do it the old age way. That's something that I know for sure.
That's it. What Sarah just said, that's a fear factor about the country moving forward. The idea that people feel that their chances in life hinges in getting on government job, whether it's the older generation, the younger generation, that just put Liberia in an awkward situation because we all know, no matter who you support, there are only a few people that will always benefit as compared to the vast majority of young people in the country. So, if young people are only going to be voting on the premise that, you know what, CDC have given more young people the opportunity to work in government, then it means that that particular cycle will continue. That's just why it is. So you are telling me in another sense that 2-3 elections from now, it still won't change. Because for every new batch of 18-year-old that will be eligible to vote, they are coming with the same mentality that, you know what, this thing is all about job. It's not about moving the country in a better direction so everybody can benefit. It's all about which demographic would tend to benefit from one party's political power, political control. So the young people who are in the vast majority will tell you that the only reason we are going to vote CDC because it gave a better opportunity for job. Then it means like, bro, not going anywhere anytime soon. You can get kissed goodbye. That's just what it is.
Thank you, Sarah. So let me ask the both of you, though, and all three of you. I know this is going to sound funny to some people, but we have about less than 10 days to the election, the final election for president. The conversation is supposed to be about Joseph Boakai versus President Weah. But now the conversation is about Henry Costa and Joseph Boakai and Stephen Witherspoon. You people are arguing between Henry Costa and Joseph Boakai, who is most corrupt, who's corrupt more than the friend, who took more money from Stephen Witherspoon. If that is the conversation leading to the election, when you have less than 10 days into the election, Henry Costa is now running for president. And Henry Costa admitted that he actually asked people for money, begged people for money for Joseph Boakai. And Joseph Boakai people are saying, yeah, they may took the money, they may have using Joseph Boakai need to make the money, but Joseph Boakai took the money. Bottom line. For a conversation leading to the presidency is kind of putting Henry Costa, Joseph Boakai, Stephen Witherspoon at equilibrium. I mean, isn't that a demotion for Joseph Boakai to even your children, the young boy? That's what we're talking about, girlfriend and boyfriend thing. Your knee is in the midst of corruption, and you are still proud to identify with the corrupt individual going to the guy's show to raise funds for your campaign, and all the campaign people then are submitting and licking under the feet of that same person who is a convicted criminal, and you are associated with that, and Boakai is still proudly associating himself with Stephen Witherspoon. So my question to you now, this debate, who does it benefit? Costa is now running. If Boakai is being now discussed as to whether Costa or Boakai, who is actually corrupt or who took more money from, Stephen Witherspoon, and Witherspoon coming publicly and saying, no. The Costa talking about 3,000, not 3,000, it was 6,000. 3,000 for Costa, 3,000 for Boakai. Who does that debate benefit? Amen.
Mr. Kane, let me come in then my bosses can come in. So, Mr. Kane, that debate benefits the CDC a lot. And the sole purpose of Costa coming to the picture by the CDC is to distract the Unity Party people. The Unity Party people is buying into this because it is a clear reality. Most of these things that have been discussed are things that I read when I went to see Costa on that Saturday with that picture I posted. Costa opened his phone to me and I read this conversation, different conversation between he and these folks from Unity Party, hierarchy of the Unity Party. Exchanges between he and Joseph Boakai regarding money. So all of these things are all reality and it benefits the CDC. That is the sole purpose of the CDC hire Costa for this run-up. And the Unity Party will buy into it because they have no message. It's a glaring fact that Unity Party do not have message. Mr. Kane, let's retrospect to the run-up, the first round of this election when the CPP used to be in the election. What didn't our guys do? Most of the guys, what they were not doing to destroy the CPP, but the CPP had a message. We and them will go back and forth, but when it comes to giving out the message of the CPP, the message of the CPP has always resonated. It's always overshadowed all other debates. So these things are all glaring. And seeing Ambassador Boakai hanging with Stanton Waterspoon. It's no strange thing. And that's who the old man is. He will not change. Nothing is going to. The old man made a statement before we went to the election. The old man said when he caused him to dance with the devil just to be president, he would do that. So nothing here is strange. When Ambassador Baga can be celebrating and the CP, the city, the UP folks today can celebrate Joshua Milton Bly, nothing is strange here. A Prince Johnson today now, a Prince Johnson now is working with a Darius Delon. Delon, who used to be in the house, he said he's carrying Prince Johnson with work and cool. He's now proud of Prince Johnson to work with Prince Johnson. Nothing strange here. And the Union Party folks have no message. So they will continue to follow the distraction that Costa has caused them. And Costa will continue to do it. And continue to benefit the CDC.
Well, I will not just call it a distraction, though. I think everything Costa is saying,
it's a reality.
No person are true.
It is a reality, but it's also distracting them.
Said, was confirmed by Witherspoon.
Like I said, Mr. Kane, Costa, it was not yet confirmed, but I personally read conversation between Ambassador Baga.
The Liberian people need to know before walking to the booth, to vote.
There are facts, and the Unity Party will have no counter. If the Unity Party have message, they will start countering. They will even preach that message more than going in the defensive of all of these things. But they got no message.
On the same topic, on the same question, who does that debate benefit, my man? Monk.
Monk, you want to go?
Yeah, I'm here.
Go ahead, please.
Sego,
Yes,
you
sir.
cannot build a solid foundation, a solid structure on a shaky foundation. Everything you see happening now between the Costa and the Stanton is how they started the process. It was going down to the water because the two parties figure out that we cannot make this election about substance issue because it will be a losing argument for the both of us. We cannot talk about job creation. We cannot talk about the ease of doing business. We cannot talk about investment. We cannot talk about the candidate with the most international recognition or connection to bring investment to this country. They understood that if we make this election about substance and issue, only one guy can benefit, and it will be the CPP candidate. So we got to go down the gutter to distract the Liberian voters because you see, they come up with this theory about monitoring how the voter is going to react. So don't be surprised now the two presidential candidates are Henry Costa and Stanton Witherspoon because that's the tone we set from the beginning of this election. Unity Party have only one message: the Liberian people are resolved, and how the court said we agree. That was it.
Agree.
Nothing more. Whether Joseph Baga was partnering with criminals, they could care less. Whether Joseph Baga was bringing people that once worked with CDC, they could care less. Everything is we agree, and the Liberian people are resolved. So the thing that confused me the most about the whole Costa and Stanton issue, Costa used the word most of the time that I help, I raise, I fundraise.
Yeah.
That's what he used. Even though in some instances he made it sound as if you're using your personal money, but the vast majority of the time he said I was raising money. And you can go to all those videos. That was the key word. Help to raise money. I help organize. I help raise. Okay, now the guy who was the chief financier, he's confirming everything that Costa told you by saying yes. So, which means he was financing two criminals in that case. That is, if you want to blame Costa brand Costa as a criminal. For hypothetical reasons, let's agree that Costa is a criminal. But anyone who harbors a criminal is also a criminal. You know that? So if Joseph Baga was the one that harbored Costa to go and fundraise for him, then he's also a criminal. I mean, I would not want to say that word for his age. I mean, from the traditional standpoint, because he's an elder man, maybe I would not want to say it raw, but I guess the reality. If Costa is a criminal and Costa works hand in hand with Joseph Baga, then Joseph Baga is a criminal. There is no daylight between the two. That's just why it is. Now, the chief financier is telling you that every funds are sent to Costa, they were evenly distributed between the two.
Yeah.
So in any normal country, it's Joseph Baga that should be on the chopping block and being scrutinized because he's the one running for president and Costa is only supporting a candidate running for president. But like I said, this is why I keep telling you that the future of Liberia is bleak because, look, Sekou, success and failure, they are not a one-time event. They are predictable. They are seeds that you plant that can guarantee you will get success or failure. And you can see it in Liberia every single day of the week. So the idea that people can say, oh, they want to be optimistic, they are hopeful. My brother, hope is not a strategy. Hope is just something you hold on to when you are doing the right thing with the expectation of getting a better result. They call it hopeful. If you wanted a job in the future and they say, oh, Sarah Suleiman, and you need a bachelor's degree to get that job, and you went tomorrow and register at the LU there, you start taking your entrance, you can be hopeful because you already started laying the groundwork for obtaining a degree. You cannot keep doing the wrong things, making silly decisions and talking about you are hopeful about the future. No, that's not how hope works. And now why we are left here in Liberia. Now, the races like Costa and Stanton Wolfman are the one running for president. You ignore the man who running for president, the man who served in an administration in one of the most internationally recognized, acclaimed administration in the history of Liberia. But he counting on the legs of the Stanton Witherspoon of the world and the Prophet King to finance his campaign. And he telling you he about to rescue your country. Man, people, look, it's sad for Liberia, and we are just in a tough spot. We are between a rock and a hard place. So for the people who want to be optimistic, I don't know where optimism is coming from, but I don't see anything of optimism. That's why if you pick anybody in this election, it doesn't make anything. And that's why Costa was hired. The reason Costa was hired is not to bring new voter to CDC or to bring independent-minded voter to CDC. No. He was hired to put doubt into the mind of the voters to question Joseph Boakai credibility, so that people that never voted for Joseph Boakai won't even be inclined to vote for him. And in that case, who becomes the winner? Georgia becomes the winner. That's just why it is. So Costa wasn't hired to bring new voters. He wasn't hired to bring independent-minded voters to pick between we are and Joseph Boakai. No, he only came to set doubt, to make you to question the man who claimed to have credibility, because every action about Joseph Boakai says the complete opposite of the brain he carries.
Monk, before we go to Steve, I'd like to ask a question. When you talk about how the CDC and the Unity Party, the new one, they vote the election to be about issue, because they had nothing to talk about, nothing to talk about people. So I'd like to ask, so what did the CPP allow that to happen?
Well, the CPP, if you want to put that blame on maybe the people that ran the campaign, the insider, the people who were the strategists that were working behind the scene. I don't know. Like we keep saying, politics is not a fancy game. It's not for the good guys. Mr. Cummins, you want to play politics, you got to be dirty. That's just the nature of the sport. Yeah, you came from corporate. We understand you have the ability to govern. Nobody's going to question that. But the process in securing that job, it takes dirty work. You got to get your hands dirty. And when you get in the mud, and at the end of the day, you can go on the liquor table or on the beer table and discuss. That's why the nature of the sports call for. You sit in the country where a political leader who we are building a coalition to remove a government like a we are administration, and you sat there on your watch, the CPP disintegrated. You are partnering around with a bunch of criminals. You're not Aaron Holiday. You are on the record for saying you would dance with devil just for the sake of winning. How do you let a man like that to slide? Mr. Comey, you never threw any punches in this election. You never threw a single punch. You thought that people are just going to gravitate to you because, you say, I got the experience, I got the background. Oh, my people, I want to help that country. Yeah, it's a good thing. Sometimes you go to sound optimistic and be kind of a low ball on the message. But at the end of the day, politics, I learned this thing from the guy who was the campaign strategy to George Bush, back-to-back election, Karl Rove. Karl Rove said it has been proven in politics universally that negativity sells more than positivity in politics. If you 100%. Cannot throw punches, you are not going to win, because people love fighters. People love people who advocate. Look, second, if Yeke was a little bit refined, why make you think Yeke is popular all over the country? That's why he's just from a little district. Because people perceive him to be a fighter that does not hold back punches. Yeke would deal with you based on the kind of person he's dealing with. When you're diplomatic, he would deal with you diplomatically. If you are a talk, he comes with you 2 times the force, and he will operate like a talk. But when you would tell people this thing, they say, they make him be like, come on, this is politics. If you want to be Mr. Nice Guy, then open your own church like fucking clones out there and go preach. Because good guys are for church. Politics is for ruthless people who.
But even Faklekon can throw punches.
Yeah, he can throw punches even in the church. Yeah,
Faklekon can throw punches in church. Preachers can throw punches in church. Steve,
you allow people to slide.
So a lot of things have been said. Who does this really benefit? You know, there are a lot of side to this answer, and I took on my shoes because I want to be clear on some things.
Yeah.
I'm traditional. I'm religious. I'm a Christian. But I call it as it is. You can be as old as Methuselah. If you are a rogue, I'll call you a rogue. If you're a crook, I'll call you a crook. You can be woman, you can be man. I don't do that. Oh, you know, the person that this, the person that no. The way I was trained to use adjective to describe behaviors. I'm not going to say the man embezzle, the man stole, or the man. I don't do embezzle. I do stealing. I do liars. I do crooks. I do criminals. So if your pa or pa is running for presidency and he's a liar or he's a crook, note that I will call him a liar and I will call him a crook. I want you to know that. Let's be clear on that. If you see it as insult at your business, not my business. That's how you want to interpret it. But who benefits from this? Unfortunately and sadly, George Weah benefits from this. Let me say this openly today. Maybe I've said it in other terms, such as the CDC is the most criminally minded group of young people I've seen in our times. But I will also give them the credit that the CDC were able to deploy strategically from a political standpoint to gain what they've gained today. Whether you want to term them as Agent 1, you want to term them as Agent 2, you want to term them as Agent 3, however you want to term them as. Anytime you are in a political move or you are in any kind of thing, you have to be prepared. This is not a religious sport. Let me tell you something. Security on security, even the people that are working with you, you're supposed to get eye on them. And yeah, today, you know, that's why I will support Alexander B. Cummings if he chooses to run 2029. I will support him. You know why? Because I think he's a good person, but I think he needs people who can speak both languages. Yeke de what we hear. They lie yeke de sla. Let me tell you something. You need the Liberian people. Let me say it again to you. They're not like easy people. You must be radical. You must be able to tell them as it is and talking raw. They respect you. All that thing the way you can get them writing on Facebook. You know how much respect they get for someone. They get respect for all. Now I'm making. They can be watching for 5 hours as we speak. They're watching for 5 hours. They know where to carry the corrupt conversation. They know where not to carry the corrupt conversation. They're not like easy people. Mr. Cummings' skin in his nature, he's quiet, being nice, being friendly, want to do what is right. They use that to abuse this man, to lie on him, and to get it to where it is today at a benefit. Yes, there are people from the CPP who play Mr. Cummings. There are. And we told you,
for sure.
We told you, we'll call their names. We'll discuss. Look, let me tell you today, in the SKTV, we will call their name on the show. Even the one who not from CPP that play the CPP, we get the information. And you're coming feeling where your whole election thing. If we're not discussing it, you might choose our name on SKTV. But put them aside. That one thing. The other part of it, CDC benefit from this. CDP benefit from this bigly because CDC did the background work. I don't fault them on that. Let me tell you today, I don't fault CDC on that. I don't fault them on it. Even the Costa bringing Costa on board in the last minute time. In fact, your United Party, your shameless bunch of people who got nothing going on, you're just a waste of time. You're a distraction. You created the most problem for the opposition. Anybody, even CDC, you created most of the problem of the opposition. And so as we speak, you need to shut up because your man who you follow, your B man who you follow, Joseph Yuma Boaga has proven to be what we said from day one that he's a smooth crook. He has proven it. Joseph Yuma Boaga proved all right. You need to be ready on here. You're thank you for telling us from day one that Joseph Boaga was a crook. That's what you need to do. Instead of writing for the thing, you need to be thanking SKTV for calling Joseph Boaga off for who he is from the beginning. While CPP people were playing safe and playing gospel, we were telling y'all that Joseph Boaga is a crook. You need not to align with him, and Joseph Boaga will lead you down the drink. We're telling you that. And we are telling you today that what a guy means, John Weah, is even a younger version of the crook of Joseph Human Boakai. And y'all seen that joke. Look, let me tell you something. We are screwed as a country. There is no effort in the body. We are screwed as a country. Let me be honest. Look, I know that we are screwed and we have a long way to go when I even see the people that are elected. How can you elect Nathaniel McGill? How? How can you elect Bill Twaway? How? How? And when we say this, y'all get there with us. And your team say the future is bright. Like Mom said, success is not coincidental. No. Success, and that's only why you gonna say, God will just bless me and God will just open. Success is not coincidental. You work for it. You lay the steps down. You lay the prerequisites and the premises for it. You do. You don't pass around and say, oh, God will change it and God will intervene. God ain't got nothing to do with foolish people and stupid people. God does not have no time for that. That's why when I see you passing around, oh, you know, God will do the one and God will help us and God will face Liberia. Who told you God get time? Israelites who did October 7, the people attacked. You see Israel fasting and praying, talking about God will kind of rescue them. And Israel going to Gaza and fighting. Y'all said that God will kind of rescue you. When we told you that the election was rigged from the beginning, the United Party people, if they were serious minded, to tell us that Dillon is an agent as well. And he's an even bigger agent to destroy the United Party, to destroy. Let me tell you something. Dillon was elected knowingly with the CDC twice in order to rejuvenate some kind of confidence within the opposition. Who told you Dillon's election was coincidental? Who told you that? Who told you Dillon's election was coincidental? Who told you that? You think the CDC never wanted to rethink what they planning, but CDC had to give it up from a strategic standpoint from the beginning because they were looking at the presidency. They were not looking at retaining Monserrato as the stronghold because they knew within themselves that Monserrato historically will always go to the opposition. Go check our voting records. So they say, okay, so they brought Dillon. Let's put Dillon there. In fact, Dillon was even in the system with the CDC before he even ran on the CPP ticket. You know how many people should have ran? Let me tell you today. And I challenge the CPP to say that lie. Do you know that Yege should have ran on that ticket? They refused. There were other people that should have ran on that ticket. They refused. They brought Dillon. Look, this thing is deeper. That country we get, that country is very, very deep, and these boys are bad. They are deceptive bunch of people. And as time goes by, we'll continue to talk. We'll continue to unveil some of these things. What are your insult also? What are your threatening also? Anything you say, we'll say the truth. They will come and prove us right in the end. We have been proven right. We are vindicated today. That even the pastor will tell you from day one. And today you'll see it. The last thing I want to say about this thing is that Liberia has no demons. Liberia just have a bunch of criminals and crooks and bad people. Even the older people who should be setting the stage now to do what is right. And you see them ganging themselves up. You know why they're ganging themselves up? Because they've already made deals. Who told you Joseph Boagana know what's going on? Who told you Joseph Boagana know he will lose the election? Who told you that? Who told you Joseph Boagana know he will lose the election? Joseph Boagana said that know he will lose the election. We told you on SKTV. They promised Josh Weah 12 years. And we don't want to tell you before Josh Weah came in. Before Joe Weah came on a campaign and said, Boagana agree with him that they were going to go set. And we told
Legend who ran it confirmed it in studio ERBC from 2011. All the deals they had. He didn't have it. They said it.
What in year that we never hinted your own or we never give you? And let me tell you, we'll continue to give it to your drip, because you know what? You can process information. You're too emotionally driven. You want to be running from something. Okay, all the breaking news that I get about the job, government, what are you gonna do about it?
Nothing.
Nothing.
They're just waiting for the next breaking news.
Yeah, they're waiting for the next breaking news.
They're not waiting for the next breaking news.
What's your emotional people?
Yeah, we get the press you carrying that in the purple.
Yeah,
wearing that black.
Somebody look at you. Somebody play on
your. Can wear some.
Somebody come and play on your intelligence and say somebody post somebody private party that whatever passing around with it, and you take that to be you. What's how does that work? How sensible is that? And you're passing even to tell us you're not even moral people. You're passing around supporting Stanton Witherspoon and telling them, "Oh, God saw Stanton Witherspoon." Who tell you God and your uncle to be your foolishness, your inconsistent behavior? Who told you God and your uncle? Let me put your life together.
Sekou. Yeah. In recent time, you know why? Do you know how I got on that? What people can really pay attention? When Yeke came out, after when they were counting the vote, that whole process, when Yeke had a little press conference, I won't call it press conference because it was impromptu. When he hinted that there were people within the Unity Party were playing
Near the
both sides.
party.
When he came
Right.
out and said,
He
"Oh,
said
we
they were
already
playing
win
both-
here,
they
you
were
start
playing both
dividing
sides.
government job."
Both sides.
It was that move that's what connected that whole blue plastic bag move. Yeke forced them. He was forcing them because he was under the impression that they were winning, only to later realize that was a blatant lie, and he was referring to Dillon in that particular video. But people didn't get it because of what he was saying clearly for anyone to see. But Steve just said it. Our people are not interested in that. They want gossip. They want sensationalism. That's why they are interested in things that are in their favor or to their advantage. They're not interested in that. And Dillon himself said the thing. He said, "Oh, when there is a budget or when something happened in the Senate, when I post it on my wall, I will get 48 comments. But when I post something about Arsenal, I get 3,000 comments because the people over there, the vast majority of them, they could care less. They don't pay attention to detail. It was Yeke Koluba that really exposed them on the whole thing about winning an election and having tally sheet. That's why Yeke came out, because Yeke gonna say no. The thing is a lot, because if we do have our tally sheet, the tally sheet is signed by neck. So we can still declare victory if we know we got the numbers to win. Why are we
Most
waiting
people-
for? But no, the
So-
insider knew that was a lie. They didn't even have 50% of their own tally sheet.
So, let
That
me
was
say
our
this.
blue plastic bag.
Let me say this, Mr. Kane. Let me say this. I beg you, Mr. Kane. Just say one thing before I lose it. Let me say this.
Go ahead.
To prove to y'all that these guys are aware, they're playing to the advantage of even the CDC. To give you a hint on it, how does running around with Stanton and Costa story make benefits or send any message to change the voting result? How? But all of them have gravitated towards that. They're giving into the gossip. They feel. Let me tell you something. I wouldn't even be surprised. I wouldn't even be surprised if the whole Costa and Stanton thing is coordinated. I wouldn't be surprised. The CDC played the card right, and they get exactly where they wanted the Liberian people to be. And the CDC will benefit from this. The last thing I wanted to say, after Yeke tried to expose them, you see Dillon became jittery, and he started going from place to place, explaining himself, doing an orthodox thing and making an orthodox move. Let me tell you something. If Dillon call other people agent, Dillon is the biggest agent. Y'all remember it today.
So he's a grandmaster agent.
So
the man who can say he was in society, but he moved from
yeah.
society.
So the question I want to ask,
Society.
the question I want to ask all of you again. Throughout this election process, we have seen Dillon attack Mr. Cummings, consistently attacking Musability when they were not, on the scene side. And right now, for the Buckeyes team, the most dangerous opponent they have right now is Henry Costa. Why is it that Dillon is not attacking Henry Costa? If Henry Costa is the most dangerous person to the Buckeyes campaign.
Why is he not attacking Henry Costa?
Campaign. Why is it that Dillon is being muted? Dillon stay friends and Dillon stay playing it safe with Henry Costa. What is going on?
Because Henry Costa is sitting on a treasure trove of information on Dillon. And Henry Costa, know maybe in the back they are on the same team. And he will never. It's about projecting one thing and doing something behind the scene. And Steve just made that particular expose by laying it simple that people, if you really, really pay attention and you take your emotion from this thing, you can tell the real players. When the CPP was founded, they came out with a whole idea that Musability was the planted agent from the CDC. And everything proved to be a lie. Because even after the process, Musability insisted, I will wait on my political leader and the institution to make that decision. When in fact, the people within the CPP were the real planted agent. And we have seen it. We saw it clearly and they confirmed it even after the process. But what, like you said, why Costa or why Dillon? If Dillon believes in this rescue train, it's coming to save Liberia. And Henry Costa is one of the main opponents that poses the biggest risk to the rescue train. After Dillon, and rather than Stanton and Costa, I think it should be between DeLong and Costa, because don't forget, DeLong represents the biggest county in the country. He claimed that he can get somebody 600,000 votes. So if Henry Costa is the obstacle to that process, then why you cannot wage a war against Henry Costa? But he would never do it. It would never happen, Siku. That's just where it is. Our people will be taken for fool all the time because they just don't want to think past their feelings. And these guys understand the voters and they will keep playing to them. Playing on them all the time. Every single election cycle, they know how to navigate this thing and they can only be the victim. That's just why it is.
Let's go to Saros in Liberia. Then from there, we'll take some calls. Saros, why is it that DeLong is not attacking Henry Costa or is not doing anything? Okay, let's assume now DeLong and Costa are best friends. DeLong and Musa Ability were best friends. Musa have done more for DeLong than Henry Costa financially.
Mm-hmm.
Musa Ability is older than Henry Costa. DeLong, Musa Ability was the chairman for DeLong's party.
Right.
So DeLong, let's take it from the standpoint of a friendship. DeLong could have used his connection with Costa to calm him down, right?
Right.
Since indeed DeLong actually supports Boakai, DeLong should have used whatever connection or leverage he has to quiet Costa, to stop him. Or if he fails on Costa on that line, through diplomacy, he could take him to the other route. Why is it that DeLong is not doing anything to stop Costa from destroying Joseph Jima Boakai on a daily basis? And DeLong is the one they depending on to deliver Monsuado.
Mr. Kane, like you said, when you desperately need something, you will work towards it in any means, positive, to get it. I challenge the Senator of Monsuado County, A.B. Darius DeLong, Abraham Darius DeLong, to attack Costa, to launch one attack on Costa. And DeLong will even be seen in the eyes of the Liberian people worse than Costa. I challenge him on SKTV here. DeLong cannot attack Costa. There is nothing more to say to this because DeLong, Costa have so much information on DeLong that you will not even want to hear. DeLong and Costa has come a very long way in a crooked thing. June 7 protests, it was the two people. January 6, you know what happened January 6 protest? January 6 protest, we slept at Yake Hall in District 10 that night. When the protest was to be held, that morning before the protest was cancelled to the 20th of January. You know that Yeke, as an executive member of the COP or a founding member of the COP, Yeke was blinded to every happening that particular night. It was DeLong and Costa.
It was DeLong and Costa and Mo Ali.
Mo Ali.
I know the conversation that happened that night.
Right. I challenge them. I challenge DeLong on SKTV to launch one attack on Costa, and Costa will make the Liberian people hate DeLong more than even him, Costa. That is the simple reason. Why?
But then should a rescue or a rescue mission or rescue team or rescue train depend on DeLong then to deliver Monsuado if DeLong does not have the boss?
Mr. Cannon, that is not a rescue mission. I don't call it a rescue mission, it's a rescue mission. The rescue mission is dealing with a lot of rescue people.
Yeah.
So that is just the fact.
So
they don't will not attack Costa because Costa got a lot of secrets on him.
So, yeah, let's still come into this. Steve, so what happened? What's going on? Why is it that DeLong can actually muster the courage to take on Costa, who is arguably the most fierce critic of Joseph Boakai right now?
Well, in Labrador, they can say two things. They can say, about no heavy low, and they can also say, Sabu no kiss me bad. So that means they don't know where to carry his thing, right? But
DeLong can't say he's being diplomatic. DeLong was attacking Musa Ability every day. He was attacking communities every day.
And that's the point I'm getting to now, just to let you know.
Mhm.
Delon and Yombly,
Uh-huh.
they play Costa. Delon and Yombly Kangalore play Costa. They had a meeting after Jose Yuma Boaga selected what the guy name that they were going to go to.
Jeremiah Kun.
They were going to go to what the guy name Chawan Gonglo. The Papa Costa, they play Costa. Well, Costa come on the show here. We're asking that question directly. That online chooses not to go into it. We're asking that direct question. Any attempt for Costa to lie or deny will provide facts. If it causes to burn, certain people will burn it that day. So Costa watching, I want for you to know that will be one of the questions. They play him. The reason Delon can also attack Costa again, I said it. Delon is the smooth agent. Delon is the smooth agent. You're here today. Delon is the smooth agent. Delon is not what you think he is. Fast forward, it was Delon who told the opposition, who told the world as a sitting senator, go check a page, long before the election, that the election final result will be between CDC and United Party. Long before the election could even start, he wouldn't want a page. It was Delon who even used the statement, going nowhere. You know where he got it from? He got it from the CDC because he knows exactly what happened. Delon knows what happened. You ain't seen nothing yet. You think Delon against anybody? Y'all understand yourself. Y'all understand yourself. As we speak right now, there is even no, unless they choose, because they're shameless, both men are shameless. Unless they choose, even the Eugene Fagon, Mo Ali Umpa Mo Ali is just like a slave for the ruling party to destabilize the United Party, to destabilize any opposition group, but he comes around and pretend and act nice. He's a very dangerous covert guy. I just come around. He even play Costa. So for Mo Ali, it's easily detectable, right? Because as we speak right now, Mo Ali and Eugene Fagon can speak. He will check how I know that. They will check. They will check how we know. Even in the chat room that they have. Mo Ali, who told you on SKTV, Mo Ali didn't eat the money. When they finish flogging, then they will come and confess. Y'all watch and see. They will confess. They eat the money. Oh. Mo Ali there. So Mo Ali also is working. Look, these are the people them. These are the people them that are working. So they don't can attack Costa. They don't can say
what about Mo Ali too? How come Mo Ali is not attacking Costa? Mo Ali is not defending
how Mo Ali
against
attack
Costa?
Costa, man? How Mo Ali attack Costa? Mo Ali can attack Costa.
Because Mo Ali la Costa picking, eh?
No, because Mo Ali Costa, because
Costa bare ball.
Mo Ali that Costa bare ball, one. Mo Ali Costa and all of them coordinated and orchestrated that whole leg at our pregnant situation to bring distraction to the opposition. That leg at our pregnant. And it was part of the deal of Akara's Gray as well. Mr. Kennedy, these boys are just bad. They are just dangerously bad. So all that thing when you on Facebook, Mo Ali when he pregnant again and situation he can't handle, it was a distraction. It was a distraction.
So, but why Mo Ali be attacking everybody? He can't attack Costa.
But I told you, say about no heaven low now. I told
But
you, case
people-
me, Sabu no case me bad when see it. I
Mais
said,
quand Mo Ali parle les pour Costa, Mo Ali will attack Costa. Et people attacking Costa pour les Mo Ali will attack Costa. Mo Ali parle les pour Costa.
Why you know the party boy allow Costa to slip from their hand?
you know the party put that allow Costa to slip from the hand.
Everybody, all the major players.
Mr. Kanem, you know the party put never allow Costa to slip from the hand. This is all part of the bigger plan and the bigger picture. They needed to get to this point.
So all the other, chicken brain there and the small one there, they just kind of like they just eat it, but they don't even know what's going on.
Mr. Kanem, that's what I told you before. And we're saying again. I feel sorry for them because they don't know what's going on, and they will never know what's going on because you know what happened? They spend all the time defending. They're trying to learn and pay attention. How can your mind, your power on you? You're lying and Costa, but you all who they just fighting for Delon, fighting for this, fighting for that. If you take that time to just pay attention and understand what's going on, maybe your life will be together. So their life not together. I'm not sorry for them. Their life not together. Let them be working. Let them be talking. A deep we can take calls. A deep.
I'll join you later. Before you take calls, I will catch you up in the bin. I got some.
No problem, man. So, folks, keep your calls coming in. We open the lines. Let me go ahead and see if we can, because we're not going to be here too long like we did 2 days ago. But yes, 480-862-0783.